Welcome back to the next part of the show, and we have finished the exercise number 1 of the previous part of the show. And now, before we do in the exercise number 3, just take a reminder that at the end of this episode, don't go, because I will take some announcements about the matches, upcoming matches of World Cup, so you can watch with me. Okay? And also tune in. Okay, so I will send some messages at the end of the show. So, we'll do the exercise number 3 right now. Just to be quick, read a reading tip, then look carefully at the words before and after each gap. Which gap might require a sentence that mentions milk, explains how something is different from expected, mentions a large quantity of food, mentions the consequence of buying something that is more expensive than necessary, talks about meal times, or talks about a girl cutting something. Okay, so, reading tip. Okay, so because like I have said in previous episodes of the show, the reading tip, you may see it on screen, it is Russian, because I borrowed this PDF file from a Russian page. Thank you for that once again. And so now they reprinted it, but we still have the English version of that reading tip, so I'm gonna read it to you. So remember, when you have to fill in the gaps in the text, look carefully at the sentences before and after each gap. Find the expressions or ideas that are similar to the missing sentences to help you decide which sentence belongs in which space. Okay, so also like the reading tip and also the instruction of the exercise number 3 tell us, when we do this kind of exercise, first thing you need to do is to look the sentences after and before the gaps, so you can know like 50% of the idea of what that blank is talking about. Like this is like a key exercise, like an exercise for you to practice. So just look at number 1 as an example A. Okay, require a sentence that mentions milk. Okay, mentions milk. They wrote the number 4. So number 4, let's scroll down to number 4. Number 4. Oh, number 4 is up here. Sorry about that. Here. So, the sentence, while it boils, a bug runs down your forearm. You give the bug a flick with your nail and it falls plop straight into the milk. So it mentions milk before the blank. So we will write that down. Mentions milk will be going with the blank number 4. Okay, so we will do that the same to the sentences, to the keynote from B to F. Okay, so now let's do with the letter B. Explains how something is different from expected. Okay, how something is different from expected. Now, to do this easily, you should take a pen. I think you should do that. Take a pen and then underline the important information, like mention milk. You underline the word milk. Then this sentence explains how something is different from expected. Underline the keywords different and expected, or you can underline the whole phrase different from expected. Okay, so let's go to the part that is different from expected. Okay, so we will go to each blank. Then if that is incorrect, we'll move to another blank. But if that's correct, choose it. Don't be silly to go to another blank while it is correct already. Alright? So, first blank. Let's read the sentence before the blank. You have thought so much about poverty. It is the thing you have feared all your life. The thing you knew would happen to you sooner or later. And it is all utterly and prosically different. Okay, let's read it again. My tongue is swallowed. You have thought so much about poverty. It is the thing you have feared all your life. The thing you knew would happen to you sooner or later. And it is all utterly and prosically different. Okay, so prosically different. You don't know what does prosically mean? You can check that on dictionary, but if you don't know, don't care. Okay, don't know, then don't care. We will move to the phrases that are important. Like, I have told you that you underline the word different and expected. Now let's read. And prosically different. There we go. The word different must be talking about something that different from expected. You don't know what this is about, but you see a word or an idea that's talking about that. Go and choose it. Don't be silly and go jump to another blank. Okay? So, absolutely, 100%. Number 1 will be going to the letter B, sentence B. B will be going with 1, okay? So first we had a 4 already, so now let's go to the letter C. Letter C mentions a large quantity of food. Large quantity of food. Underline the phrase large quantity of food. Okay, so let's go to it. We already had 1. Then we go to number 2. There are letters that you want to answer and cannot because stamps are too expensive. Every day at meal times you go out, ostensibly go to a restaurant and loaf an hour in the Luxembourg Gardens watching the pigeons. Okay, so this isn't talking about any food yet, because it's talking about stamps, okay, and expensive. So go to the next blank. Number 4 already, then number 5. You go to the baker's to buy a pound of bread and you wait while the girl cuts a pound of another customer for another customer. The sentence before after the blank. Pardon, monsieur. She says, I suppose you don't mind paying 2 souls extra. So isn't talking about a large amount of food. Next, number 6. Everywhere there is food is insulting you in huge, wasteful piles. Whole dead pigs, basket of hot leaves, great yellow blocks of butter, strings of sausages, mountains of potatoes. You plan to grab a loaf and run, swallowing it before they catch you, and you refrain from poor funk. So the sentence before the blank has a lot of food. Oh, you want to eat it? I'm sorry. It's used, okay? But it mentioned a lot of food before the blank. So the answer will be the letter C. Sentence C will be going with the blank number 6. Next one, sentence with the letter D. What does it talk about? Mentions the consequence of buying something that is more expensive than necessary. More expensive than necessary. So let's go to the blank number 2. Stamps are too expensive. No, that's not it. Okay, next. You have to buy a rye bread instead of household bread because the rye loaves, though dearer and round, and can be smuggled into your pockets. Sometimes, to keep appearances, you have to spend 60 centimes on a drink and go correspondingly short of food. You have, the consequence of buying something that is more expensive than necessary. That is the answer. So sentence D will be going with the blank 3. Okay? We'll be right back with the next part of the show. We're gonna do the rest of the exercise number 3 and then the exercise number 4. Tune in.